display my two pieces about my congenital heart defect. I was born with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, so it was a big inspiration to show others what my life and others may be like. I want them to take away what I go through sometimes. I have other pieces about the struggles, some of the blessings that I have, but just kind of like the full story of what my life is like. I've been interested in art for as long as I can remember. I would always color in the lines in coloring books and draw little doodles all over my papers. It feels great to show like everything that I went through, to show what sometimes it's like, to help other people understand and to help others like me like not feel like they're alone. My future plans, I want to go to Bowling Green State University to study forensics. Just thank you for letting me pursue what I wanted to put on, and thank you for letting me show my creativity through everything. The strings and kind of the chords and everything, I mean, kind of like it's going throughout my whole body. Like I can really connect with myself, with my heart condition, and I feel very connected to myself, not only on a physical level, but a mental level as well.
So right now I have two of my artworks on display. One is a portrait and another is a still life of a jar and a couple lemons. So on the top, a lot of my inspiration draws from my culture and sort of materials and techniques I'm familiar with. Like for example, I have the warm colors and I've been very familiar with those, and I've done oil painting. And as you can see from her earrings, I've taken inspiration from my culture and from saris and such with the dress. And below, I kind of wanted to do a still life and really challenge myself with looking towards my technical skills. My background in art, I've been doing art ever since I was like a young child, and I've really gotten serious about it after about middle school. To be a part of this art show, I think it's a little surreal. Like, we've been doing all of this work throughout the entire year, and then at the end it just culminates and you get to see all of your peers' artwork, you get to see your own artwork, and it's like, wow, it's like you finally finished this portfolio and all of this work just like shows up together. After high school, I plan to major in business pre-law at Ohio University. Art will still be a major part of my life. I think I'll use it as a stress buster in college. I think I just want to explore painting outdoor a lot too, especially because Ohio University seems to have such a nice campus. So I want to thank 3 art teachers. So there's first Mr. Burwald, and I invited him to my grad party, and he gave me this like awesome picture of like 2 panthers like karate fighting with 2024 on it. And he's been giving me like a lot of inspiration to just get into art competitions in my sophomore year when I had him. And then I took AP Art my senior year, and I got to meet my AP Art teacher, Miss Grace, and I got to meet Miss Sears, who teaches another class. And I mean, together I took a lot of inspiration from them. They gave me a lot of critique, a lot of valuable information. Hi, Miss Grace. I'm really thankful for both of their like encouragement and how much they've helped me grow as an artist. I would suggest, just go for it and really express your creativity. Like, don't be like confined to what you think is artsy or what you think is the most technically profound. Try to really experiment with mediums, your techniques, the type of subjects you do, because like really all art is about is like having fun.
So the work that I have on display today, I have 3 pieces that I picked, 3 of my personal favorites. I have one regarding plastic surgery, and then I have one with a pig on it, which is definitely my favorite out of the 3. And then I have my water piece, which was used with acrylic and tempera paint. I guess it was kind of something that came from within, so it kind of represents like the inside of a teenager's room, somewhere around there. And the saying specifically that inspired me was to feel like a pig in red lipstick. So I wanted to display that. Well, growing up, I was a dancer, so I was always super artistic when it came to, I guess, dancing. And then I just started drawing, and I really love paint. Paint's one of my favorite mediums. Crayons, I guess, was kind of, a correlation to leading into art and stuff like that. So, So I'm going to UC for pre-med, and I'm hoping to carry on, doing art and drawing and painting, because it's a little bit of a therapy for me, so I definitely enjoy doing it. It's definitely strange, but it's so exciting because you have such a nice community here with so many people who support you and, lead you through a life of you know, so many new opportunities and lessons learned. So it's definitely different, but it's super exciting to see what else is out there. It's an honor. It truly is, because I mean, not a lot of people get to do this. So it's really interesting when, you know, you get an opportunity like this to show off, you know, some of your personal work. A message that I could give to some of the future students that are choosing to take AP Art is that just have fun with it. I was really nervous about taking it because it was very intimidating at first because I hadn't done art in such a long time, but it brought me back to a lot of my, you know, good memories and nostalgic things. So yeah, I would definitely have fun with it.
So on display here at the Springboro Performing Arts Center, I have a portrait of Harry Styles, and then I have another portrait, a side profile of a woman done in pen. When I was doing the portrait of Harry Styles, I wish that I could say that something really deep inspired me, but unfortunately I just saw a photo of him and decided that I needed to do that in pen. So, of course, I'm a fan of Harry Styles. He is my favorite ever. Been to his concert, the whole thing. So I've grown up as an artist, been in art classes my entire life. I wanted to take any class that I could throughout high school. I kind of made it a mission of mine to do art at least, have at least one class per year. In college, I don't plan on getting a degree in art or anything related, but I plan on continuing it as a hobby. I love being part of this art exhibit. It really gives me an opportunity to showcase my art in something that I've taken so much pride in for so long and that I've always enjoyed. So after high school, I am going to Miami University and to major in creative and professional writing. I'd like to thank my art teachers for always supporting me and believing in me and my talent and being able to do an amazing job and do better. And to future art students, try not to take things too seriously. It's not as big of a deal as you think it is.
The work I have on display is a watercolor piece depicting the story of the Japanese goddess of the sun, Amaterasu, and a story about her in a cave. And basically the story goes that she got in a fight with her brother. It made her very upset. She hid in a cave and plunged the world in darkness, and all the other gods threw a party to lure her out again so that she could feel better. So my basic theme for all my pieces this year was how does art and storytelling intersect to communicate shared human experiences, because I am someone who I love storytelling, I love the arts, I love how art can be used to tell stories. I mean, one of the oldest painting we have is a story told on a cave wall. And this painting was supposed to depict depression, feelings of loneliness or isolation, which I feel like is something that all human beings feel at some point in our lives across the world in some way. In comics from a very young age, and ever since then I've just kind of fallen in love with using art as a visual medium to tell a story, how you can depict things like emotion and plot and character without having to use words. I feel like it's something that sometimes people overlook as an interesting way to tell a story, and I want to lean into it more.
So what are your plans after high school?
After high school, I'm going to go to Miami Regionals to study sequential art, which is art that is basically structured around telling stories, so narrative art. And then after that, I want to transfer to the Columbus College of Art and Design and continue my studies there in their program, as I've heard it's one of the best in the country, and I want to learn from them the most I can. I have 3 goals. I want to have at least an animated series, a video game, or a comic series of my own. They're lofty goals, but I feel like lofty goals are what get you the farthest in life, because you're constantly chasing it, and then when you finally achieve them, there's satisfaction in that and the happiness that you've created something that others will possibly see themselves in. To my fellow AP Art students, I would say don't feel pressured to be great when you go into the class. I remember that was one thing that almost deterred me from taking the class, the feeling that I had to be good enough, that I had to be at a certain skill level. But really, art is accessible to anyone, and you shouldn't feel scared to practice it or go into it or explore it just because you feel you will not compare to others. Your journey is your own, and you shouldn't feel intimidated out of it by your own insecurities.
The work I have on display here is the Chicago Beam. I have Uncle Sam's juxtaposition. It's Auntie-Sam. And then I have this little gumball machine piece I made here. And the last one is a reference I used from another artist's artwork. So they're all digital art. I always start with a sketch with just, it's just like the soft, flowy airbrush, I guess, kind of thing. And I layer the brush strokes, and then I start with the color, the base color, and then I add in all the values and then finish any other shading or rendering afterwards. It means so much to me. My younger self definitely would have been so happy. I definitely never would have thought I've been in a show like this before. I'm a self-taught artist, so I took AP 2D art last year and this year, and I've never taken any art classes prior, but it's always been something I've enjoyed since I was young. I plan to major in business administration. I'm not committed on a college yet, but I'm deciding on the Ohio State University or the University of Tennessee. I guess I just want to say thanks for everyone to be so welcoming to me. I was a transfer student my junior year, so it was definitely a very nice experience.